You learned Christ was a black man, right? That the Bible, we're the Israelites, God's chosen people. It says that we're above all people on the earth, right? But how is it that we're in the lowest conditions being God's chosen? Make that make sense. See, we don't know. We don't have the answers to that question. Because a lot of people know, oh, well, it was in the region of Africa. They say deep stuff. Oh, I already knew Christ was black. Well, then explain to me why we live in these conditions, sis. See, and we out here with that answer today. So read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11 and verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse.
So God is letting us know, the children of Israel, the people on this sign, I'm setting before you a blessing and a curse. Meaning you have a choice, right? Read.
Verse 27. A blessing if you obey the commandments of the Lord your God.
A blessing of what?
If you obey the commandments of the Lord your God.
So what were the conditions to us getting the blessings? Okay, read it again for the sis. Read it slow.
Verse 27. A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God.
Obey the what? The commandments, right, sis? Now, before we keep reading, do our people obey the commandments today? Do we apply thou shalt not kill? No. Think about how much better the black community would be if we applied that one commandment. We don't do that. So God can't deal with us. How you gonna ask the Lord to bless you, to ask for the white man to stop shooting you down, but we shoot each other down? God can't deal with us like that. Read.
Verse 28. And a curse if you will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God.
So the Lord said that, and go to Deuteronomy 28, the Lord said he was going to curse us as a people if we did not keep the commandments. And keep in mind that he's only talking to the Israelites. He's not talking to no other. Matter of fact, give me that in Psalms 147. Because I want this to be personal to you, to understand that the Lord is not talking about the Chinese man. He is not talking about the European man. He's talking to you blacks and Hispanics that live in this hood. Nowhere else in the world that you can go to where the same people is shooting each other down. The Chinese man don't shoot each other down, do they? The white man don't go shooting each other down, do they? It's just us. Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel.
You see that? So he showed his word unto Jacob, unto Israel. Only the people on this sign. Nobody outside of that. Read.
Verse 20. He has not dealt so with any nation.
Read that again.
He has not dealt so with any nation.
So the Lord didn't deal like that with anybody else. Do you understand that? So go back to Deuteronomy 28. So we just left off saying that the Lord was going to curse us if we didn't obey the commandments, right? Now, he repeated the same thing in Deuteronomy 28. But in Deuteronomy 28, it's going to let you know how we was going to go through these curses, what would happen to us, right? Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments.
His what?
All his commandments.
His what?
His commandments. And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So why do us, hey, big dog, did you hear that? So why do us blacks and Hispanics have curses on us today? Because we didn't do what? Follow God's commandments. No, but don't leave. Let me ask you a question. Does the Christian church teach God's commandments? No, they do not. So you understand that they do not have the answers to our people. And that's why I'm asking you to stay, because we got the answers, brother. The Bible has the answers. But let's see what the Bible says. You said we was going to be cursed if we didn't keep the commandments, right? Let's see what one of those curses is. Read.
Cursed shall thy be in the city.
It says curse where we're going to be in the city. Look at our cities, the conditions that we live in. There's always some trash on the ground. It's always a liquor store placed right in the hood. Why is there liquor stores always in the hood? Why do we shoot each other down in our own community? No, well, because we do not have the commandments of God. Because none of that would work if we kept the commandments. They couldn't apply no crafty counsel or none of that. Because God's commandments are perfect. They're flawless. They cannot be infiltrated. It's because we don't keep the commandments. Read.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
It says, cursed shall we be in the field. Now, when we were in slavery, right? When we were picking cotton in the field, what were we picking? Cotton, right? sugarcane. Did this happen to any other nation of people? Never. So, one, you know that these people are black. The Israelites are black, which is you, by the way, but we're just speaking from that point of view. You know that they were going to be cursed in the city and cursed in the field. So who is the Bible talking about? Black people. Do you understand? This is showing us the solutions to the issues in our community. Jump to verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
You see that? It says our sons and you see this right here? That's somebody's son right there, given to Master Charles. You know, so did that happen to any other people? Never. Do you understand? Oh, and I'm going fast. Jump to verse 48, then we're going to come back to 46. Don't let me forget that. Read that.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Serve who?
Thine enemies.
So it says, because we didn't listen to God's commandments, we were going to have to serve our enemies. Right, the white man, right? I'm glad you said it, because people be scared to say that.
I preach the same thing that you
Already, do you keep the commandments? Okay, hey, we're going to come back to you, brother. We're going to come back to you. Don't go nowhere. Already, read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
So the Lord sent this man against us because we would not obey. So, for example, do you have kids? You got one in the car? So if he act up in school, you know what I'm saying, do something opposite to what you tell him to do, what you gonna do? What would a father do? Because a lot of people say that. Wait till your daddy get home. What would a father do? Discipline them, right? So the Lord said he sent them because we did not obey his commandments. Do you understand that? Read.
In hunger.
So we was going to have to serve them for food. Look around us. Look at that McDonald's right there. Do black people own McDonald's? When you want food, where else you go? Walmart. Do black people own Walmart? Matter of fact, do we produce any of our own produce or food? No. Who do we have to go through if we want something to eat? Is somebody white? Read.
And in thirst.
And then thirst. Think about Dasani, Coke, Sprite. Hell, if you don't pay your water bill, what they gonna do? Cut that thing right on off. You see, you know, the white man hit him, hey, Bill, you know, I'm running behind, help me out here. Hey, they'll help each other out, but you be like, hey, I'm struggling, hey, we don't care. Have the money or your water's getting cut off. You gotta serve them to get that water. Read.
And in nakedness.
In clothes. I bet all y'all clothes say made in China, right? You don't see no clothes say made in black, made in no African American. It's all of other nation, correct? Read.
And in the want of all things.
So no matter what you want a birth certificate, you want a driver's license, you want food stamp, EBT. It don't matter what you want, you gotta go to them. And this is how you know that it's specifically talking about us. Because a lot of people may say, well, we all go to McDonald's. We all go to Walmart to get food. Let's see what the stipulation is. Read this.
And he shall put.
No, read that slow. And who?
And he.
And he. The same man that we serve for food. We got to go to McDonald's to get food. Walmart to get food for our clothes. Which is who? Who you say that was that we had to go to get that stuff, sis? The white person. That's the he. Read.
And he,
the white man,
shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Where that sign at? I gotta hold it back up again. You see this? This is a yoke of iron. Wow. Who else did that happen to, sis?
Bring it up.
Nobody. And why did it happen to us? Because we did not keep the Lord's commandments. He sent that because we disobeyed him. That's the seriousness of this Bible. That's the seriousness of us teaching these commandments coming out to wake our people up. Do you understand that? And we've been lost. We don't know. Matter of fact, give me that, Isaiah 1 and 3. Because the thing is, when you hear Jews, when you hear Israelites, the first thing that our people think is those people out, them white people out there in Israel. Them not the real Jews. Hey, and don't go nowhere, brother. Don't go nowhere, brother, because we ain't got to the commandments yet. I ain't forget.
What club was that at?
admit that a lot of people don't even realize they
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
With the Zulu nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
So, hey, hear this. Read this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner.
So, an ox, that's a dumb animal. He knows who he belongs to. Read.
And the ass his master's crib.
An ass is a donkey. So, let me ask y'all a question, because I know y'all all smart and educated individuals. Aren't we smarter than animals? We're way smarter than them. But let's see what the Lord said about Israel. Read that.
Isaiah 1 verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know. My people does not consider.
And that's the problem. Our people don't even consider that we are the people of this book. That's why when we bringing this out, this is new information. It's like, man, why hasn't the Christian church ever taught me that? We don't even consider that. That's not even a thought in your brain. Because just what Esau did, the so-called white man. Go to that, Psalms 83. This was the whole purpose of everything that he did. Why he put us why we in the hood, why he got your Christian pastor set up teaching you this white Jesus. This is what they wanted to establish. Because we just read that we don't know who we are, right? Why don't we know? Read.
Verse 4. The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 4. Verse 3. Verse 2. For lo, thine enemy make a tumult.
So in Deuteronomy, who we serve for food, water, clothing, and shelter, who do we establish that the enemy was? The white man, right? So it says your enemies, the so-called white man, makes a tumult. Read.
And they that hate thee.
They that hate thee. That's why he shoots you down in the street. That's why he puts you in the living conditions that you're in. That's why he don't give you proper education. That's why he pushes that stuff in the music industry, in the film industry, because he hates you. He wants to destroy you. Read.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have said, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
So if somebody is crafty, that means they trying to be slick. They think don't nobody see them. So your enemies, the so-called white, they taking crafty counsel. Read.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Against thy hidden ones. Who are the hidden ones? The black people, right? Because this has been hidden from the world. We don't know who we are. It's a mystery. Read.
They have said, come, let us, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
So what do they want to do?
Cut them off from being a nation.
And that is the main purpose of religion, the main purpose of white Jesus, the main purpose of the Democrat and Republican. So they cut you off from being one people. Imagine this. You see this. Look at all the people on this sign. You got Judah, the black Americans, the West Indian blacks, the Jamaicans. You got the Haitians, the tribe of Levi, the Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, Guatemala. Think about all these people. Are we the minority? No. But all of these people make up one nation, and that's what they're trying to stop. Because once we come together, we're unstoppable. Do you understand? Read.
That the name of Israel.
That the what?
Name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
And that was the crafty counsel. They don't want this to be in remembrance no more. They don't want the black man to understand that he is a God on earth. Can't nobody stop you if you keep these commandments. Matter of fact, give me Judith 5 and 20. Because people don't understand. When we keep God's commandments, nobody can touch us. Because just what? God is going to come fight for us. Because he just read that he's punishing us because we didn't keep the commandments, right? When you punish your kids, are they in punishment for eternity? No, but they in punishment until they do what? Do better and fix what they were supposed to do, right? Exactly, that's all we got to do. Read.
The book of Judah, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error.
Go to verse 17.
Verse 17. And which they sinned not before their God, and prospered.
Read it again, read it right.
And which they sinned not before their God, and prospered.
So when we didn't sin before God, we prospered. We had good success. We had our own businesses. We ruled our people. We kept the commandments of God. Brothers didn't have, hatred for one another. We wasn't shooting each other down in the street. Because if y'all see on TV, watching these rappers, all of that, a black man, we die every day, right? But when we kept the commandments of God, we prospered. And that's just one commandment, thou shalt not kill. Read.
Because the God that hateth iniquity.
The God that hateth what?
Iniquity.
So God hated when our people is in sin. Do y'all understand that? He hates that thing. And we're going to get that for you in a minute, because you said you kept the commandments. I ain't forget about that. We're going to come back to that. Yes, sir. We got you. I got you. Read.
Was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them.
What was the way that he appointed us? The commandments, right? Back in Exodus when he gave us the commandments, Moses, right? That's the way that he appointed us. Do you understand? Read.
They were destroyed in many battles, very sore.
So after that, we were destroyed in many battles. And if you bring it up to today's time, that's why the Lord is allowing them to destroy us right now. Because we departed from the way. Read.
And were led captive into a land that was not theirs.
Do you understand? And we were led into captivity. We were defeated and led into slavery because we departed from the way that God commanded us to walk in.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.